Okay, good to go. I'm the man with the lunch. Okay, so we talked about a couple of interesting things, and those are the really basic things, simple things, but in most cases, those are the hardest ones for you to execute. I have to have this one here. It just illustrates this day. So let's put a server out there. We don't patch it for years. And we blame everything. Patching our system. But we won't be talking about patching today. We'll talk about another thing. It's the nutshell. We're going to talk about today. So it starts with the network. We need to secure our network somehow. And like in every case, we look for the pain pills to do that. So if we have a problem, let's buy that magical box. Let's buy a couple of those, and we end up in something that people call sometimes an architecture. So let's take these magical boxes, in most cases best of breed ones, and use rubber and duct tape to wrap them around our network, and let's hope we are somehow secure. Or better than we were yesterday, except a couple of dollars or euros more in some cases. So guess what? All the companies that got hit by the recent malware have the best of breed products wrapped around their network, and they thought we are secure, and once again they were. And we end up in this case here. Because it's not really, we are doing everything as we're supposed to be, buying these magical boxes and blending them. The businesses are already taken back, so you need to see from. Now you learn your lesson. Next time. And it's not even a joke here. The companies bought whatever best technologies they could, and they got hit by the recent malware. What's wrong in this picture? What's going on here? Other than you try to buy the best box that is out there. We need to think differently. That is the hardest thing we need to do. Unfortunately. We need to think out of the box. In our world, it starts from the network. Eventually we love network, not just because we are Cisco. But network always sees everything. Network doesn't ever lie to you. You have weird devices, but you cannot install anything on them. The network still sees that. It's only a question of whose network is that. That's why we love network. What we do today with the network is such a simple thing that it becomes extremely hard for people to understand, because it's not the network anymore. It's the network on top of the security. So in our world, hopefully someday your world also, this is the way it goes. Whatever you connect to your network, switch, router, firewall, proxies, SSL decryption thingies that were introduced during the previous session, phones, dummy devices, televisions, cameras, they all automatically become part of your active, regardless how capable the device is. That's what we do. We don't care about encryption. Like this, you can't go inside of the tunnel and see what's going on there. We don't hold part. So in our world, the network is much more than a fast, resilient network that delivers the attack properly to where it's actually going. It is self-learning, self-healing, automatically profiling what is in there. And this is the beauty of your network. You don't need to know what the bad stuff is, like in a SIM or CM or AV or IPS or sandbox world. You need to really know what the bad stuff is. You need to build a signature. In the network, it learns how Raimo here is behaving with his laptop day in, day out, doing different things. We learn that. We take that as a behavior model. And we highlight things that he hasn't done before. That's the beauty of this thing. We don't have signatures here. We have algorithms putting everything that is happening in your network. The blind spot or blind corner was mentioned in the previous section. We don't have anything like that. You see everything. So like me today, I usually at Helsinki taking a ring road to work, but for a weird reason today I ended up in a boat and now I'm here. That is the one big anomaly. It should be here. I'm not usually taking a boat this early to go to Estonia. So let's highlight that and investigate that a little bit further. The most important thing here is that there are no signatures. It's just something that you need to be concerned. We talk about this later on. Because in a completely transparent network that is analyzing the metadata that comes from the network automatically, we don't have false positives, we don't have false negatives. It's always something that you need to pay attention. Like in this case, there are 71 cases in this network where this guy here, Marko also, came too late. That's an anomaly. The rest of the people were already here. You came too late. That's an anomaly. You need to investigate that. What was the reason for that? It might be or something. And so on. It's a completely different world. Previously, you tried to do this with the firewall or next-gen firewall or whatever weird device that you put to your network. You probably got some form of visibility, but in point in architecture, one tiny place, and you just hope that the traffic goes through the box you bought, and people don't have iPhones or any other devices that has a modem in it, and they connect the network to the internet, whether you know it or not. We'll see that also. It's highlighted in many places, like Mr. Snowden here, sometimes to my data hoarding. Data hoarding could be something like this. What's going on here? This guy here, I'll talk about IPs and other things in a second. This guy here usually uses 50 meg from the data center, and now there's 3.9 gigs. Did he find a good DVD from the file share or what's going on there? Why the traffic is such huge for this guy? So this is not just a self-learning network. It is an incident response platform that never forgets anything. It's a metadata that we use. I have this my home and it could be there like 10 generations after me with a simple math that I bought just a couple of years ago. So it's a small amount of information, the metadata. So you can store that for years, like we do at Cisco. You can look at the YouTube, there's a video how Cisco incident response is doing this internally. It's a good one. So Google Cisco search and incident response. You find a video how we do this internally, because we have a pretty challenging network in our own house. So, like this case, click something, go deeply, look. Yes, everything that this host and guy has done before. Of course, the identities come in place, so we are human beings. We don't want to see the IP address. We want to see the machine, user, floor, building, and so on. And that's perfectly doable in our ecosystem. Network showing you what's going on there. Another interesting thing is this a network thing or security thing? Or is it something that is cybersecurity or just a network? In our world, we don't really care. It is a completely transparent self-learning network. And it doesn't have to be a Cisco network here. That's the one thing. Sales guys don't love that fact in our house, because you can actually do it with neighbor switches or routers. Just like a better. Up here, is it network or security? Just last week, Santa was doing a POC with this, and there was a classical question. Call to the service desk, the network application doesn't work. Server guys saying everything is good, the server is up and running all good. And the network guys say, no, it's the server that is bad. You don't need to do the guesswork anymore. It's always there for you. The blue here is the network response time. And the green here, that's the server. So we see the response time, you see the application server behavior, user behavior. So there's many ways and use cases for you to use the information. And this is just one of those examples that no need to do the guesswork. It's there. That's the server. It's like 10 milliseconds and something like 2.7 seconds. So it's a server. This is something that the finance industry loves. Once again, if you have the control of the network, you see everything, you get the metadata in, you can model the network the way you want. You can build these maps, interactive maps. This is from the PCI DSS compliant requirements. You could rewrite the GDPR also there if you wish to do that. This is a classical case. We have our sales system servers, production servers, employees, and so on. You build this map, which is in real time auditing your environment, showing what's going on there. If there's a connections between places that shouldn't be connecting to each other, let's highlight that anomaly. You can click, go downwards, see what's going on there, and you have what you ever wanted to have. In old school, you go and audit the firewall rules, probably do some form of network capture, ping, scanning, that sort of things, and try to understand that is this network behaving as it's supposed to be behaving. Once again, we take the hesitation away from the equation here. You'll see in real time what's going on there. Needless to say that the vision goes further and the execution also. So if you've been following our network announcements lately, it doesn't just have to do metadata provisioning, you can actually do it on the network also. But this is the kind of the security twist to our architecture today, because in many cases, if I go and talk about security to my customers and partners, and I start to talk about overlays, underlay networks, and provisioning those as they come and go. The cybersecurity guys are like, oh, what you're talking about there, man? I want to use my samples and analyze it there. So those are two different worlds. It's the same architecture in our world. The stories and use cases are slightly changing depending on the audience and what you generally want to do in your environment. Here's another example. Before I move back to Finland, leading the security there, I worked with the EMR organization, and I was heading the network as a center of architecture there. We had a case at the South Africa, at the bank, where there was an outsourcing company doing the maintenance of the ATMs. And one guy working on the outsourcing company was lazy. He didn't want to drive and maintain those ATMs, so he bought a router and published the whole ATM network to the internet, so he could actually do the maintenance from the living room, drinking beer. So how do you see things like that? It's supposed to be isolated network, it's supposed to do what it's supposed to be doing, but it doesn't. But in this case, if the network is transparent, you actually see these things immediately that somebody is doing something weird, and eventually, because you publish the whole bloody network to the internet, it will be infected. Best thing that I saw, I was visiting Russia a couple of years ago, and I saw Angry Birds in the ATM. Don't go and put your card in that box. You know, I love Angry Birds, it's one of those games. Nothing ATM, there's something wrong here, seriously. But it's just one way of modeling your network, super easy, super fluent way, and remove all those bad and ugly things that you have in your old school way of doing things. Do I really need to scan the networks for the applications that there are in my environment? Or do I just look because the data is telling me that it's happening there? Tons of use cases. We talk about the ecosystem in a second. This is something that I personally love. I have a pen testing background, and this is just something that when I first time saw it, like, man, I'm completely sold. This is a picture from the network that has been compromised, but everything, every single security technology is saying that there's nothing wrong. Proxies, firewalls, IPSs, AV, complementary technologies, all are saying there's nothing wrong here. All clean. This is a true zero day. This is the way the true zero day is looking in your environment, or APT. Something came in here with this system. It scanned this up, and sorry about the bad resolution of the video here. It went there, then it went there. It continued the movement in the environment. I call this a scorpion tail. If you start to see things like this in your environment, you need to act quickly. Because no brainer, sooner or later you see that pop up in your screen that you need to buy or you need to give Bitcoin to continue to use your laptop. Something is moving in your environment. It's firm at this point, that's unknown. Unknown vulnerability, unknown malware. Nobody has seen that before. Nobody has analyzed it before. Or hacking tool. It doesn't have to be a verb. It's just a hacking tool. You find a way to move in the environment. But in here, retrospective security, go back in time, move up the patient zero, where did it came from, and start your investigation manually or automatically. That's the power of seeing everything. In most cases, these links here are encrypted with proprietary technology and used in the port or something that is commonly used, so they don't really ring a bell of IPS or IDS or firewall that sneak in. So once again, from the network point of view, that is built on top of the security, it can be encrypted. You don't really need to see inside. We can profile things because we can see those, but we most likely don't see inside. But that's just the outcome of Mr. Snowden here, that everything is going to be encrypted with proprietary technologies in just a couple of years, whether WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger we're using. So, from underneath the network, so in that case, we talk about metadata, taking that in, automatically analyzing the network. So let's go inside the traffic. This is more like the old school way of doing things, but in a couple of twists that are really, really interesting. The twist is the time machine. I really love the Cisco's approach towards security. It's not about we prevent everything and we're safe. Those stories, we prevent what can be prevented and give you tons of tools and options to survive if the S hits the fan. And it does. In our world, we don't really trust that you can prevent the bad things happening. How many of you actually think that you can prevent the malware stuff or all the ugly shit that is in the internet? Raise your hand. No, I'm scared. Okay. You can go. Oh, no. Okay. Still, guys, you're buying boxes. Rubber duct, yeah, you can prevent 99.9999. Hey. So we have time machines. Just like in a metadata, we can go back in time to see where did this actually start. And it doesn't have to be, once again, a cybersecurity threat. It can be DDoS. It started from this edge router, it was getting soon packets in, and then it died. Go back in time, okay, that's the problem, that's the link, we need to fix it. That's the port, we need to fix it. And in time machine, so let's go inside the traffic. We can do exactly the same thing. There's a couple of screenshots here. This is from the network side. We got this network AMP. So, AMP is Advanced Network Trace. Once again, we don't trust anything. We record everything. We analyze it continuously, giving you tools to go back. So here, 1839, something came in with this machine. Went there, and boom. 1990 actually turned out to be a bad thing. It would be you deciding that it's a bad thing. It would be generic feed from somewhere telling you that this is actually a malware. So do you trust that your technology can clean it or prevent that happen? It's up to you. I don't. I want to have an option to see from where did it came from where did it go? And obviously the story continues. The right side of the picture here is exactly the same view, but inside the system. If you can install something there, in most cases we can't. If it's a bloody dumb TV, you can't really install anything on top of the TV. It does what it's supposed to be doing, and that's it. But if it's a Windows, Linux, box, Mac, iPhone now, we released the same thing for the iPhone this summer. Android, you can see that, hey, there's an Acrobat reader, the latest and greatest Acrobat reader, but funny enough, really the 8.exe has started to execute. So what's going on here? Acrobat reader should not supposed to create files, execute them, and do funny things after that. So, go back in time, fix it, clean it, from the workstation server point of view, see if it got infected. But you can see our thinking is, obviously it is network centric, sure, but it's not about preventing things. We do the best we can to prevent, but we think about the next step. How do we survive if something goes with us? Of course, if you look at our architecture and products we have, there's tons of those. But that's not big, because otherwise it would be like the plain old story of the buy boxes. The way we see this is once again slightly different. If these technologies talk to each other and create an ecosystem, you have a fair chance to survive. Once again, architecture is not you take these 4 chairs here, put them here, it's not an architecture, it's just a group of chairs. But if they start to discuss, hey, I'm loaded, I'm free, let's publish that information to the door. There's 2 free seats here. That becomes an ecosystem. We do the same thing here. Firewall, hey, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the VPN tunnels, I'm seeing the users and the VPN. Who's interested about this? Well, maybe the network is. There's a product out there called Identity Services Engine that is handling the network access. Maybe that's interested about that because we need to use that metadata somewhere. Or complement the IP address. You remember me showing an IP address doing a bad thing. It's exactly the same thing. It's outcome of the ecosystem. I don't want to look at the IP addresses. I want to see names, machines, locations. And that's what the network and ecosystem is doing. Sharing the metadata. Funny enough, it's the same protocol that the Jabber and WhatsApp and all of those messaging systems are used. So the firewall is actually putting together a chat room. Hey, I'm here, I'm going to publish this information here. Anybody interested? Same happens with the network. I'm the network, I know the users, systems, anybody interested about this? They talk to each other. Ecosystem like this is massively resilient against the threats we have. Clearly you have the ecosystem already in place. And so on. So that's the beef that we have. And that's the thing that will give you a good edge around the threats that we are seeing at the moment. Because otherwise it's going to be like this. There's firewall. Scanning, oh, that's an encrypted, I can't see anything about this. And by the way, the payload is also goes in here, and goes in here, and destroys your network. Hey, I'm firewall, I'm seeing this that I can't really inspect or do anything, but I can't really block it because I don't dare to block it because people get angry if I block something, so I let it in. But I tell the network that something came in. And it's not really, there's something off. I can't really pinpoint what's going on there. Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. The guy that is using the laptop there is starting to do weird shit. So what do I do with the laptop? Let's investigate. And we can actually quarantine and go further, but no one dares to do that, so there's always a human somewhere to actually see what's going on there. From the technology point of view, this would be completely autonomous system doing everything by itself. But the humans don't still trust artificial intelligence to do this for us, so we use it on our hands on the thing, and then so kind of nobody becomes image. By the way, this, I couldn't really find a way to draw everywhere. So this is what we've been talking about here, the retrospective security and advanced level protection. It's all over the place here. So this describes all over the place. So there's not bad drawing skills. I'm better in technology than drawing things. So, what are the basics? You need to think differently. It is so freaking tempting to buy a box. Bigger box, bigger headache. Think differently. How can I build an ecosystem? Okay, if you break down the ecosystem to the box or technology level, the question that you have to ask, how is this joining to my ecosystem? Do I have that somehow planned out? And so on. Visibility first. Oh man. There's so many cases that, let's put it this way, you buy a house. You've never seen that house before, you've never seen what's inside the house, but you buy that house. And then you start to renovate it without seeing it. You go and buy stuff from Bauhaus, that is a big one in Finland or whatever store. Start to buy things, paints and so on, without seeing what is actually broken. That is what's happening in IT every day. We think we need to buy a firewall proxy or something, but what's the use? Why did we end up in that conclusion? Did we have some form of evidence that we actually need that? Or is the bad things happening inside of the data center, or are they happening between floors as the access layer switches? Or what's the case? So we don't think that way in the cybersecurity, which is pretty weird. But think about driving at the motorway like as fast as a car can in a complete darkness and a fog on top of that. Doesn't make any sense, but in IT it does. In the cybersecurity it does. So visibility first, it cannot go wrong. All the good and bad stuff are at the front of you. Do you want to do anything for those? It's up to you. So from the box to the architecture, and slowly but surely to the ecosystem. So if you want to buy that box, ask these questions. How does this actually connect to my ecosystem? Or is it a dumb box somewhere doing hopefully what it's supposed to be doing? Almost there. So, cybersecurity is becoming more relevant day in, day out. So, sorry about the chicken wings that are out because we got hit by a cyber attack. So, you can't blame others. Thank you. Questions, comments, thoughts?
You said you look at going with laptop everyone.
Yeah.
And it does use that people have afraid to be forgotten. And then once I'm forgotten,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a couple of things, right, to be forgotten. That's actually a very good question. I think first one actually asks that it comes to the metadata. So in our world, we parse these metadata together, which means that your behavior in this IP. And IP can actually change. So today you're you, tomorrow you're the guy who played. So it really depends. But what actually makes it something that you need to pay attention to at the IP. So then you need to wipe the ICE database to clean that up. If that's the case, but then again, it's interesting. But let's continue. This is really good question. So what would be the use case for that? Because after all, this is not doing something that the engineers see network. What's the use case? Or it's just one GBR that you have.
However, let's say we can detection.
Yeah.
About that person is behind.
Yeah. Once again, fix it in advance. Tell the ICE or the network that this guy, when it comes in, his name's John Doe. That's it. Or ID, do it like that. I think that's a preferred way in the GDPR. Don't put these kind of tiny nuggets of information. If you know that something like this is going to happen. We don't know. Well, there's a couple of options. If you do it in advance, you can do it with the John Doe type of approach, or later on, actually do information transfer. The ingredient is because it's the network side of it is not a problem at all. Because network, if you look at the purely network metadata, you can't connect that to human because it's IP. If the IP address is fixed, then you probably can. But the problem comes, as I said, it comes from the in our term, identity services that knows the user is fetching all from AD. Then again, it's AD place for you to put those guys in. So most likely that thing is best to solve before you even connect that guy somewhere. And if it turns out to be a guy that you should have not connected, clean up your AD guys. But metadata from the, if you're talking about product and stuff, what stays there, that's not a problem at all, because it's very, very hard for you to connect the protocol type of service type of things to the human, because there's no linkage. If you cut the linkage away from eyes,
who's sitting on the one chair when it's
dumb shares, but the smart shares, yes. Yes. And we always can rely on guidance. More good questions. It's a good topic. Keep asking those with every guy that is because sometimes in the heat of the launch, we get compliance as we need to comply with something.
Don't buy another box. Imagine sitting another box.
As the closing line was that if you break down an architecture and technology at a very, very root level, it is a technology, eventually. But the ask, the famous ask, is when you buy that, make sure that you can link to the ecosystem you have. And that comes, thank you for asking that. And the idea behind is that you actually thought the ecosystem, you actually have a brainstorming session. How should we do this? Because we can't buy those tiny thingies that are doing just one thing. The other thing that they need to be able to do is somehow do more. And more is in plain simple API, open API that you can connect to your network. Like or SIG. The way we do this, all these technologies are linked. The SIG will be used as a Splunk. As Splunk has a connection at the back end, so investigator can see what's going on there if he or she is to do that. So it doesn't have to be rocket science. The key thing is that it has to have a connection. It has to have something that makes it better. So it has isolated solution. That's what I always black box doing something. And that type of thing leads to another interesting thing, which is that how can I trust that technology doing what it's supposed to be doing if I don't have an ecosystem to actually monitor. I don't trust anything. You have 1 minute. One story. I have a 4-year-old daughter that decided that the place for the screwdriver is at the front of the television, the flat screen, so you can destroy the whole TV in a second. So it leads to a couple of things. The first thing is that no more hide ever. So buy the cheapest telly, machines out, hopefully soon, someday. It takes for a while, which is 4 now. Can I kick her out? Little names, just like me, telling apart. So when I bought that cheapest television, the first thing that the goddamn thing asked me, there's a VLAN, there's wireless. Then you want to install applications, schemes, and that sort of things. And the very last thing was that we actually choose the channels. But the channels you don't choose them, you download this from Japan. And every day when that television is closed down, powered off from the bottom, no lights on, it will go back home. So how do I protect things like that in my environment? So I don't trust the television. So I'm using this network as a sensor. I'm using exactly the same things that I showed you today. It is learning the behavior of the television. I can't log it from internet because I can't get the channel guide and updates and all the weird stuff is happening at the back end. But my network has learned the behavior of the television. And kind of the same time the behavior of my 4-year-old daughter. and now if that behavior is changing, I get an email and I get an SMS, and I need to do something, there's something weird going on here. That's kind of the aspect I love in technology. So it's an interactive now. I don't really need to rely on science. It's asking questions for me. What do you want to do for this? Because now I'm seeing that from now on it's been like Japan, and now it's China. That's something do something with it. Okay, in this way, thank you. Go on, guys.